Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon in which my best friends pick my TBR. So this was very last minute. Initially it was actually going to be a weekly reading vlog, reading books that my best friends picked for me, but I don't know. I just was really feeling doing a 24-hour one. I've kind of been on a roll in finishing books the last few days. It worked out well with my schedule, so we're just gonna go for it. Yes! So what books am I gonna be reading? If you watched my books annotated for me video, I actually am gonna be reading books recommended to me by those same people. So Catherine picked A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair for me. She also was the one who annotated Well Met by Jen DeLuca. As I mentioned, she is a romance reader, so makes sense that she picked this. Also, she adores Hades and Persephone stories, so also totally makes sense that she picked a retelling of it for me. I have been wanting to read this for a while now. I've heard kind of mixed things. I think it's set in the modern day where gods are like a part of current society. I don't think anyone really knows about Persephone yet. Hades is like this big name businessman that owns a club or something. I've gotten maybe 40 ebook pages into it so far, and this doesn't bode well, but the beginning kind of just seems a little reminiscent to 50 Shades of Grey. Don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. On the opposite side, Allie, who is more of a fantasy reader and annotated Our Violet Ends, decided to pick A Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. This is a sci-fi story with a queer romance in it. I've heard pretty good things, but I got the audiobook from my library because that was the only format in which my library had it. Unfortunately for me, this doesn't seem like it's gonna work well in audiobook format. The political aspect around this is already a lot stronger than I was anticipating. I know there is some sort of an arranged marriage between these two princes, one of whom was previously married, but his past husband died in some sort of a suspicious way, and now the two of them are starting to investigate it, maybe? Although I enjoy sci-fi movies and shows, I have not read a lot of sci-fi, so when listening to the audiobook, I got pretty lost pretty quickly. And then in terms of politics, same thing. So I decided to run by Barnes & Noble and pick it up today. It was for the buy one get one half off sale, but unfortunately there was barely anything else really available in terms of that sale, and nothing that was sounded good to me, so I bought a book that was BOGO and it didn't work for a BOGO. I'm very sad about this. Anyway, so I actually don't think I'm gonna start this until like maybe another hour or so. I am probably gonna eat dinner first, but I'm gonna hop on some reading sprints with Kirsten and Rye. I think they're actually finishing out a 24-hour readathon tonight, whereas I'm starting one, so that just worked out perfectly. I don't know which book I'm gonna start on those reading sprints. I think I might do Winter's Orbit. I don't know. I'm really intrigued to try this out. I think I could probably theoretically finish both of these books in the next 24 hours, honestly. I don't know how long A Touch of Darkness is, but I'm pretty sure it's only around like 350 pages. This is 428, so that's like 700 pages in all. That's doable. I could probably do that. We'll see, hopefully. I do have the audiobook of both of these. Chances of me using it in this case, not incredibly strong, but I could read it and listen at the same time, which might help me get through it faster. It's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, yeah, this is just a quick introduction. Hi, I look like a hot freaking mess. As I said, this was very last minute. This is gonna be a good time. Hey guys, so I ended up actually starting at 6:30. Like I said, I am doing some sprints with Rye and Kirsten, which is really fun. I have already read 24 pages into Winter's Orbit, and I think I'm like around 2-ish? No, that's probably an overshoot. An hour and a half into the audiobook for A Touch of Darkness. So, quick little update. Also, it's 8 o'clock. Hi, I finished eating dinner, and now we're doing another sprint, so I'm gonna try and get some more read. This was just a quick little update. Talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it's almost 11 o'clock. I'm still sprinting with Rye and Kirsten, and we've done mini sprints. I am at page 64 in Winter's Orbit, and I'm really enjoying this, honestly. More so than I thought I would. Thankfully, we're kind of transitioning out of the political aspect and going more into the arranged marriage, which I'm really enjoying. Both our main characters are really awkward in this. One of them is kind of like the family screw up and is just trying to do his best, realizes that like this is not a great situation, and is trying to be as open and like hospitable to the other as possible, whereas the other one is incredibly awkward, terrified of messing things up, and thinks that character A is just basically trying to be incredibly diplomatic and ensuring that this goes off without a hitch. So it's very adorable because they're both trying to ensure everything goes right, but they're misreading the other person's intentions. So it's really cute. I like that. I have read a little bit more into A Touch of Darkness also. I think I'm nearing like the 3-hour mark, and I don't really know how to feel still. This feels a lot different from the other romance I've read, which is contemporary, and I don't know if it's because it's indie published or if it's because it's this like fantasy romance. It's like urban fantasy, but fantasy romance and I don't particularly get along. And the writing style is just not well polished, I guess is how I'll put it. In terms of the Greek mythology, I really like things, but I don't know, like Persephone just seems incredibly naive and young, so I don't particularly enjoy that. And it seems like she thinks she knows everything when in reality she really is pretty out of the loop when it comes to talks of the gods, and I don't like that power imbalance between her and Hades thus far. So I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll see. We're still sprinting. I went and, if I can grab it without spilling, I went and made some hot chocolate. Alcoholic hot chocolate, which makes it 10 times better. Like I said, it's 11 o'clock and I'm gonna close this out so that I can officially continue reading. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with. Like, I want to continue Winter's Orbit because I think it's gonna be like more enjoyable for me to read, but reading A Touch of Darkness will probably be easier. We'll see which one I go to. We'll find out. Hey guys, what's up? I'm getting ready for bed and into bed now. Honestly, I have hit the 40% mark into A Touch of Darkness and I'm not really liking it. I like the Hades and Persephone aspect of it, and I appreciate the many tie-ins to Greek mythology and the several little name drops and things like that I know and I can appreciate. Like Orpheus and Eurydice was some little side characters that appeared. I appreciate that stuff. However, I don't feel like there's been near the amount of development in Hades and Persephone's relationship for them to be acting the way they are towards one another. One of the biggest gripes I have is Persephone is weirdly jealous of Minthe, who is Hades' assistant, and I understand she is the nymph from mythology that I don't know if Hades cheats on her, cheats on Persephone with Minthe, or like they just kind of had a thing in the past. I'm not 100% on that, but I know the connection to the myth with that. That being said, Minthe clearly does not actually have a relationship with Hades because he has said many a times that he does not think of her romantically. And not in so many words, but like it's been clearly implied. And yet Persephone is constantly jealous of her. And I just, like, you don't have a claim over Hades, so I don't get why you're really jealous of her anyway. Not to mention, Hades becomes kind of possessive of Persephone when she talks to different men or when guys look at her in the club, and I don't like that either. It's annoying. I also hate that it kind of feels like he's infantilizing her. Infantilizing her? You know the word I want. I don't like that he treats Persephone like a delicate flower and like she's a child almost. That annoys the shit out of me. Like, I don't particularly enjoy her being characterized as this like naive maiden anyway, but I really don't like the fact that Hades treats her as such. Like, she's a goddess in her own right. Treat her like a freaking adult. I really don't like that. I'm so sorry, Catherine, if you're watching this. I know you wanted me to like this, and unfortunately it's not going great. I've hit the 40% mark into that though, so I'm stopping there for the night on that one. I am gonna try and read a little bit more into Winter's Orbit. I haven't really read anything else since I last talked to you guys, but yeah, let's just hop right into this baby.
Good morning. It is 10 a.m. Oh my god, I really regret turning that light on. It's 10 a.m. I actually ended up staying up until like 1:30 reading. I'm loving Winter's Orbit a lot, actually. So I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna make some coffee, and I'm gonna keep reading. This is just my little update for now.
Hey guys, so it is 3 o'clock. I took like an hour and a half break, honestly, from my readathon to watch a movie with my mom. We watched We're the Millers. It was hilarious, as always. But I have come to the decision that I am going to be DNFing A Touch of Darkness because I genuinely was not having a great time. So that's really unfortunate. I was quite near the halfway point. It was not clicking for me. We weren't getting along. I was not enjoying it. I really did not enjoy Persephone's characterization. I really did not like how Hades treated her like a child. It was worsened by the fact that other people in Persephone's life were now starting to treat her like a child, and she just was like taking it. And in particular with the side character who is basically taking advantage of her professionally, the same guy is also like flirting it up with her best friend. And for some reason, she's just not telling her best friend about any of this. And I'm putting it down. I'm DNFing. I can live with it. I tried to like the 40% mark. I think it's like 45% mark. That's enough. That's enough for me. On the opposite side with Winter's Orbit, I am at page 178. I have actually been really enjoying this, and now that I'm further in, I feel like I can give a much better summary. So we are alternating perspectives between Prince Keem, who is a prince under the Empire, and his new husband, Janin, who is a count of a small planet that is partnering with the Empire but is not on the best terms. He has previously been married to Keem's cousin, Tam, and Tam recently died under suspicious circumstances. Ganon and Keem are now kind of starting to work together to figure out what's going on there. Janon is a sweet cinnamon roll. This poor boy is just so desperate to try and make things go perfectly. He just wants to ensure he is the perfect husband who does not cause any rifts, doesn't cause any waves. He is so terrified of messing anything up, and my god, it makes my heart sore. Oh, and then on the opposite side, Keem is hilarious. He is funny, he's very laid back, and he is just trying to ensure that Ganon is having the best time possible. And it's not miscommunication, but it's more that they're both trying to get to the same outcome, but they're going about it in very different ways, and they just don't really know one another that well, which is causing issues because they don't know each other, so they don't know like how to read one another. I like how this is being handled. I think I appreciate the fact that this is all due to them being forced into a relationship with one another when they've barely known each other like a week and they're already married. I actually have been kind of listening to the audiobook as well as physically reading this alongside it, so I'm getting through it a little bit faster. Since I took that hour and a half break, rather than stopping at 6:30, instead I'm probably gonna stop at like 8. That's it for now. I'm gonna hop back into reading. We got a change of scenery because I came back into my room. Hi friends, it's 3:30. I literally just updated you. As I said at the beginning of this, I'm reading books that were picked for me by my best friends, and this one was picked for me by my friend Allie. I had not stated this previously, but I decided to annotate it for her because her birthday is coming up and I'm gonna give it to her. Well, unfortunately for me, I texted her telling her that I was enjoying it, and she went and bought it from Barnes & Noble today. So I had to tell her, don't read it, because hey, I was annotating it for you for your birthday, and you have ruined the surprise. She did the exact same thing last year for the birthday gift I gave her. I had bought her the book, and before her birthday, before it could get there, she texts me and asks, hey, did you buy this for me? Because if you didn't, I'm gonna buy it for myself. But I had. So she has spoiled her own birthday present 2 years in a row now. I love you, but you're killing me, man. You're killing me, Smalls. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading now. Yeah, I just needed to rant to you guys. Hey guys, so it is 5:30 and I am at 263, so like we're doing good. I have about 3 more hours. Honestly, might not necessarily finish this by the 24-hour mark, but probably could still finish this in like the next day. So gonna work on that. I decided that I'm gonna take a bath because that sounds really nice and relaxing. Gonna do a hair mask and a face mask, got a bunch of candles, got a bath bomb that I need to use. So yeah, that's just gonna be great. Got some snacks, got my water, gonna hop in and read. Guys, this book is so freaking good. Like, so good. I adore the main 2 characters, and I was kind of thinking about how to describe this, and I think if you take the 2 in Red, White, and Royal Blue, but instead of making it forced friendship, make it arranged marriage, and then set it in like Star Wars universe. Oh my god, it's so good. I love that combination. It's awesome. And then there's like a political mystery underlying everything, and just, it's great. It's so much fun. Also, the both of these idiots are so pure, and like Janen so desperate to try and make this work, and he is so desperate to try and be the perfect partner, but at the same time he doesn't think that 𝗖𝗰 likes him. He really thinks 𝗖𝗰 is just there out of obligation, and that 𝗖𝗰 isn't attracted to him, that 𝗖𝗰 doesn't particularly enjoy having him around. So he is constantly trying to come up with ways to just like get himself out of the situation, and 𝗖𝗰 is always like, why? I respect your boundaries, but why? And it's hilarious. It's so cute. And we finally had a moment where they like sit down and communicate some of those things, and it was so good. It made my heart so happy. I also have a theory about Ganon and his previous husband, Tam. I'm not gonna say anything because, like, spoilers, it also hasn't specifically been confirmed, like, in the text, but it is very implicit. But I don't want to say anything in case I am wrong. If I'm not, though, I would probably say you might want to look up content warnings. There is lots of inferences to something that a character may have endured in the past, which, again, just makes my heart hurt. Ganon is so cute and sweet, and he kind of really is like Prince Henry, and I love that. I love it so much. They're also both incredibly self-deprecating, and the other thing I just have to say is I love the humor in this. It's dry humor. 𝗖𝗰 in particular, the talkative one, he is definitely self-deprecating, like cracking jokes about it constantly, and I love that. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get in the bath now. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm enjoying this so very much. Thank you to 𝗖lie for recommending it to me. Kat, I'm sorry I hated yours so much. Well, I don't know about hate. It just was not my cup of tea. This is good. This is good. Enjoying it. Recommend. Like I said, Red, White, and Royal Blue meets Star Wars. I love the combination. I love it dearly. Hey guys, it is 7:20. I ended up taking a shower after I took a bath. Also, my bath was very relaxing though, and I'm at page 300, which means I have about 130 pages left, easily doable tonight. I just need to like actually hunker down and read and actually get through this. I ended up putting on some sprints with Amanda from Ginger Snapped Reads and Jess at Books Past Bedtime, so hopefully that'll kind of help me push through it. I definitely am recommending this book to everyone. I am pushing it in the chat. I'm trying to get everyone to read this, guys. I love how at this point we were like officially into the 2 of them. Obviously they were already a couple, but actually kind of starting to act like a couple, and I'm so here for it. They are so cute. 𝗖𝗰 is so protective of Janen, and yes, I'm gonna say this right now, I've probably pronounced both of their names incorrectly a million times or bounced back and forth between pronunciations. If I listen to the audiobook, I kind of will have it in my head, but then if I'm just reading, my brain reads it a different way than the audiobook narrator reads it. So I'm very sorry to this author that I'm definitely butchering these characters' names. Sometimes in my brain I will just call them Kim and Jay, which is not great. I shouldn't do do that. I feel really bad that I can't get the pronunciation down. Also, in terms of the mystery, we're like ramping up. Things are so suspicious. I am literally considering everyone a suspect right now. Even the people who like shouldn't actually have any reason to be behind this thing, I'm still super sus of them. It's a time. I'm gonna keep reading, and we're probably gonna have another update maybe when I finish this, because I honestly just want to push through and finish. It's so good. I'm having a great time. Hey, this lighting is terrible, but I'm cuddling someone. It's 11 o'clock. I finished my book. Guys, it was so good. I don't know an official rating yet, but I really loved it. It was a good time. I definitely think I read slower through it because it was sci-fi, and like at different points I would realize like, oh my god, I have no idea what's happening if I listen to the audiobook, and I would have to go back and reread it physically. It's definitely outside my genre comfort zone, but the romance, it was so good. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll do an official wrap up for this tomorrow. Hey guys, so officially wrapping out this 24-hour readathon, I went in and did the actual math to calculate the number of pages I read between Winter's Orbit physically as well as the audiobook for A Touch of Darkness, and altogether I read about 600 pages even. So not my best, not my worst 24-hour readathon. Still impressive that I read this much when you remember that I slept, took a break for a movie, and then also took a shower. And food breaks also, kind of. Not to mention, since this was sci-fi, which is a genre that's kind of out of my comfort zone, I do think I read this a bit slower than I would have if it was just, say, a pure romance read or even a lighthearted fantasy. I realized that this did need the attention paid to it so that I wouldn't get lost, particularly when I would pick up the audiobook and realize that, I have no idea what just happened for the last paragraph and a half, and then have to go back and reread it physically. That may just be because, again, sci-fi not really a genre for me, but this, as a sci-fi fantasy, I loved it. I loved it so much. With that being said, after looking at reviews, I have seen that a lot of people either complained that this was way too much sci-fi or way too much romance. So I guess it depends on what you went in expecting, which is why I'm going to sell this as a sci-fi romance, even though there is definitely a mystery going on alongside both of those things also. The world building in this is incredibly intricate. The character work was just impeccable. Oh my god. And then the murder mystery, like I was saying in one of my other clips, I was just suspicious of literally everybody. And guys, this was a debut novel. How shocking is that? I don't know where this woman is gonna go but up, because this was amazing. Again though, these boys, they made me so soft. They made me so mushy. They were adorable. I loved all of the little tropes we got between them. This is such a slow burn romance. It's fantastic. I mean, you want a slow burn that comes from a misunderstanding, thus leading the both of the characters to slowly bond with one another and try to do so in a very careful way where they don't overstep, but at the same time both of them want to overstep so badly. This is for you. Honestly, yeah, this was perfect for me. I don't technically really want to give a rating, but I think I'm gonna go with a 4.5. I think my only hang up is really just the fact that if I wasn't paying a ton of attention in terms of like the political and even the mystery and occasionally just how the writing was done, I would get lost. The way my brain just worked, we didn't constantly mesh, which is why I'm gonna go with 4.5 stars. I'm also realizing now that I had two 4.5 stars this month, both of which I really loved. And I don't know which one I'm gonna be able to label as my favorite for the month. That's a problem. So yes, on that note, I'm just gonna officially close this baby out. Thank you so much for coming to my channel today, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I have all of my socials linked in the description if you're interested in keeping up with what I am reading. I also come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!